My name is Mulutula and we are going to revise together the topic called genetics, the topic in biology. So the question reads, state the number of sex chromosomes in the nucleus of a somatic cell of a human body. So a somatic cell, that is just the body cell. So, and then what you should understand is that we have two types of chromosome. Two types of what chromosome? X and Y chromosome. Now, each chromosome contains 23 number of chromosomes. This one contains 23. Also, the Y chromosome contains 23. So, when you sum up, you add them. That is 23 plus 23. You are going to get 46 number of what? Chromosomes. So the solution to our question is 46 number of what? Chromosomes. That is A. We move to question 2, which is B, where they are saying what is hemophilia. So hemophilia, that is just an inherited disorder where an individual bleeds for a long period of time due to poor clotting factor. So we can say hemophilia an inherited disorder where an individual bleeds for a long period of time due to poor clotting factor. So that's the definition for what? Hemophilia. So you write it like that, it means that you have obtained the marks that was assigned by the examiners. So we proceed to the third question, that is C, where they are saying, using a genetic diagram, explain how normal parents for hemophilia can have a son who is hemophilic. Use the symbols X to power capital letter H and X to the power small letter h to represent the dominant and the recessive alleles respectively. So what you should understand is that it is impossible for the normal parents to produce or to bear a son who is what? Hemophilic. But it is normal for them to have a son who is hemophilic, where between those two parents, one parent is normal but is the carrier. So what do I mean? What we should understand is this. So what you should bear in mind is this. When I'm having X, the capital letter H, this is the female who is normal. So I'll say normal female. And then when I'm having this one, this is the female who is normal, but she the carrier. So female who is normal, but she the carrier. So when I'm having this one with the small letters, that simply means that this female is hemophilic. And then when I'm having X, Y, the capital letter, this is the normal male. And then X with a small letter, H with Y, this is what? This is the hemophilic male. Hemophilic male. Now, the question is that they are saying two normal parents. So like I said, I was meaning for this one, this is the normal female, and then also this is the normal male. So it is impossible for this one and that one to produce a son who is what? Sick. But it is possible for this normal parent with normal parent who is a carrier to have a son who is what? Hemophilic. So let's now dive in what? Drawing the genetic diagram. But before I do that, what I should emphasize is that bear in mind to say that on Y chromosome there is no any letter. What you should bear in mind is that hemophilia, that is the sex-linked disease or trait. That simply means that this Y that you are seeing there is no need of putting any trait because these diseases are most carried by what? X chromosomes. X chromosome. These X chromosomes. So we can now start drawing the genetic diagram. So since in the question we are just saying parents, we are going to say male crossed by female. First thing that you are going to do, you have to write the parental phenotype. What is a phenotype? That is just the physical expression of an organism. What you are able to see. So I'll say parental phenotype. So what you are able to see that this male is what? Normal. This male was crossed with a female who was what? A carrier. Another thing that you are going to do is to write the what? The parental genotype. What is a genotype? A genotype, that is just the genetic composition of an organism. So I'll say parental genotype. So the genotype, that is X capital letter Y, because the male was what? Normal. And then this is capital letter X, small letter H, simply mean that he was the carrier. So from there what you are going to do is that the process called meiosis is going to take place where these two gametes are going to be separated. So X is the capital letter there, Y. Make sure you separate the gametes, and then also process called meiosis is going to take place. X there. So the process is called meiosis. And then these are what we call gametes. So gametes or sex cells. Now what you should bear in mind is that random fertilization is going to take place where this gamete is going to collaborate with these two gametes. So random fertilization is going to take place. So we are going to have the female who is normal. So we are going to get this gamete with that gamete. We are forming that. This what has happened here is what we call random fertilization. Random fertilization. And then from there, we are also going to do this. So this gamete, we write it with that one, So this is normal, but she was the carrier. From there, you do this, like that. So always make sure you put the gene that is dominant. So that is X, capital letter Y, like that. And then also you have that one, that is X, small letter Y, capital letter Y, sorry. So this is the last son who was what? Hemophilic, who was sick. So these offspring that are produced after crossing the parental genotype are called first filial offspring. Now these are genotypes. So first filial offspring, genotype, then first filial offspring, phenotype. So this one is the normal female. This one carrier, female. This one is the normal male. This one is what? Hemophilic. Hemophilic son. The son was what? Sick. So this is how you are supposed to answer this kind of question. For more information, for more clarification, you can contact me using this WhatsApp line. But don't forget to subscribe, also to like this kind of video, so that whenever I make more videos, the notification is going to come that the new video has been uploaded. Thank you so much.